Hi, I'm Carol Houston with True Story Realty, and I am here with my dear friend and client, but also my extraordinary Sewerline Inspector, Nick Bylsma, who bought a house with us.
So excited.
So tell us about that.
Well, first of all, I work with amazing realtors all over LA. A lot of my realtors are really the best in the industry, and I have about 2,500 different realtors I work with.
Wow, that's amazing.
For about 10 years, I've been working in the industry, and no one else came to the top of my head other than you for selling me my house. So, I felt really privileged that you were available to sell me a house because I knew I couldn't ask for any better. So, really appreciate Carol. Thank you.
That means so much to me because I know you work with incredible realtors all over.
I really, and I hope my realtors see this because you are amazing. I'm not even BSing. Like, you're credible, but you are just amazing.
So you had a good experience buying
I had
your
a
first
wonderful
house.
experience. You had this like amazing software. I was able to look at, I think I looked at like 500 different houses.
He did. He looked at 500 houses. Actually, he did it in 2 days. I remember looking back like, how did he even
Yeah.
do Nope.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was looking and I found 3 houses that were like, yes, like full yeses out of 500.
Yeah.
And I was just, 2 of them right away off the market, couldn't get them.
They went fast.
One of them
really
didn't have a
fast.
tenant. They couldn't move the tenant out or something.
That's right. That's
And
right.
then this one had something funky going on that was like totally internal and nothing to do with the house at all.
It was about the seller not being willing to pay a buyer's agent commission.
Yeah, which we knew because we're experienced. We're like, there's a million ways around this. Like, we get a credit, we could pay you through the credit, which we ended up doing. Like, you
Right.
saved me
Right.
the money that paid the difference in the commission they didn't want to pay.
And I still got paid, and he got the house.
I got the house. It was like a non-issue, but it ended up making it so this house stayed on the market for longer than usual.
Right.
Meant I could afford it, even though it was like $100,000 below appraised
Right.
price.
And the seller lost a lot of money because he wasn't willing to pay a commission to the buyer's agent. And
You got to pay the commission.
Yeah.
Anyone you want to work with someone who's amazing, you have to be able to be willing to pay that person a normal fee.
And you were like, I want your services, I'll pay you, I want to. And in the end, it was...
I would have paid you out of my piggy bank money. You were getting paid. I was like, let's get this house. We wanted this house so bad. And I can say it now that everyone else is like far enough in the past that they're not going to watch this video. We were out there standing, and as people were walking into the open house, we were like, well, it's a shame about the mold, isn't it?
And we said, aren't there dead bodies
that
under
smell.
that house?
Oh, it must be a dead body in there. Oh, yeah, no, can't do that one. We just wanted to scare the other people away so we didn't get any other offers.
And those people walked up and went, oh, no. And they kept walking.
They just,
yeah.
But no, and it's really the perfect house for me.
It is.
The perfect house for me. And right from the beginning, we walked in and you connected with the listing agent in such a way as the listing agent knew she wanted to sell the house to me.
She did.
Because then she could work with us.
Yeah.
And she knew working with us was going to help offset the difficulty that you normally have working with the seller, but also especially with a seller that is unfamiliar enough with the selling process that they would not want to pay a commission.
Right.
So we kind of made it easier for her to sell this house.
We did. We told her exactly what she needed to say to the seller so that she sold us to the seller, and it was
honestly,
really,
it was good for the seller.
Right,
it was good
great.
for us. We were helping everything.
Right.
But if it was an inexperienced agent in here, the whole deal would have fallen apart.
Right.
They would have had to go back to market, probably lower the price again.
Yeah.
It would have hurt them, would have hurt us, would have hurt everybody. But because you knew exactly what to do, it was like judo. Like everything. Not even judo. Judo, it was like Aikido, where it's like the goal is to everyone goes home happy. No one has any broken bones. Everyone's good. It was perfect.
Well, the other point I wanted to make is the seller did a pre-sell sewer line inspection. And Nick is the genius that we've called on for, 10 or 12 years now.
Yeah, 10.
That he's been our guy. And he did his own sewer line inspection on his own purchase of his house and found some issues with the sewer line that we
There were issues. They weren't big enough to ask for a credit or
Right,
anything for,
right.
but
you knew what you're
yeah,
going to be dealing with.
I knew going into it, like, okay, I've got to fix a couple things going into the
Right.
future. But the big deal was the home inspector that you use all the time, who was he's actually at the top of my list, tied with another home inspector, actually two other home inspectors who are also at the top of my list. But since you're already using them, already working with them, they got my business because I was like, first of all, they're the top of my list. Tom and
Tom and
Eric,
Eric.
and they're incredible.
Yeah.
And they found things that another good home inspector missed, that ended up being like $15,000 of credit.
Yes, yes. It was a lot.
It was big deal.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
things that also could have burned down my house, by the way.
yeah. It was the
If
electric
I didn't know
panel.
about it.
That's right.
The
That's
electric
right.
panel, they didn't get caught out, and also the under the floor heater had
Oh,
a big
right.
rusted rent spot in it that the fire could come out and burn my house down. First guy didn't catch that.
First guy went, no, it's all fine.
But Eric goes under these houses
Oh,
and he
yeah.
doesn't miss anything.
Exactly.
And
And
then we
you
got-
know them because when I have a home inspection day for my buyers, Nick is there, Tom and Eric are there,
I see
Willie
I
is
see him
there.
once a week.
All our inspectors
Willie's
are all together.
Two Guys Termite.
Yeah,
And
right.
Willie is amazing. Willie has the best attitude on life
He does.
of anybody
He
I
does.
know.
He does.
He doesn't let anybody get him down.
And they're all in our little circle of people
Yeah.
that help one another in this whole process.
And this is the thing, like if I could choose anybody, I got everybody I chose.
Yeah.
I was really pleased with the way the home sale went. And now I was able to throw a party for my family last night, like a housewarming party.
Yeah.
I got all of my local family, and my sister came in from Texas to be there. And I learned things that you don't learn unless you own a house. Like, I learned that food disappearing from your refrigerator creates this filling of your heart as you're seeing your family be fed.
That's so great.
It's awesome.
There's no place like home.
Like, you're just watching the food go down, you're like, oh, I feel great. You know, like, normally food goes out of my fridge and it gets empty. I'm like, oh, I gotta go shopping. And this time I was like, oh, it's doing its thing. Like, it's really working. It's like a fire burning, like
You
the logs burning in the fire.
provided for the family. Yeah.
And then I'm inside washing dishes because everyone's doing their thing. And I'm looking out the back into the beautiful backyard. And I see my father talking to my stepfather out by the grill. And I see my grandfather and my sister chit-chatting, and they're having great, deep conversations. And I'm not part of those conversations, but I'm seeing that they're using my home,
Oh.
something I created, is facilitating that connection between my family and these people I really care about. And I didn't even know that feeling exists. It's like discovering flavors of things that you didn't
You had
know.
no idea. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Very
I'll
moving.
never go to not owning a home again, ever.
Wow.
It's so different. It's night and day.
Well, you are absolutely the poster child for a first-time buyer and how to create it and trust that the process will work, and to trust that when you're in good hands, you know it. And it was just such an honor to get to do this with you.
It was an honor, all my honor, really. I really enjoyed it. And what did it take us? Like a week? I know you don't want that to go on the video because some people take a year, but
Yeah.
the point
No,
was,
once you
is
said
like,
you were ready, I said, okay, are you really ready? Because I'm ready. And we just went boom, 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 boom. And that's what I do. Once you say you're ready, you got pre-qualified. You knew you went with our
about
lenders.
that, your
Yeah.
pre-qualification people.
Yeah. My lenders, the Cravoy team.
The
Yeah.
Cravoy team, unbelievable.
Yeah.
They took care of me every step of the way.
That's why we use them.
I was so pleased.
Yeah.
And I was talking, I don't remember the father's name. What's the father?
Barry and Shane.
Barry and
Yeah.
Shane. Shane takes care of you the entire way. Shane's
Right.
more back of the lines.
Right.
But when I call Shane, I say, when I call Barry,
Yeah.
I say, how's Shane doing? And Barry's like, oh, you asked me the right question. Because he says, if you ask how I'm doing, I say, get the hell in my office. You say, how's Shane doing, my son? I say, grab a chair. I got to talk to you. He's so proud
He is.
of his son because his son takes so much care of everybody that comes into
does.
their orbit.
And that's why we use them. That's why we use them.
Yeah.
But you were then, once they pre-qualified you, we said, okay, let's do this. And we literally, you were fast. we're fast. We just got you in the process
Yeah.
and got it all done. It
Yeah.
was,
If it wasn't for this house, I would have waited.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I had my list. I wanted these things. I sent you a list.
Oh my gosh. It was so long
It
of
was
all
unrealistic.
the things he wanted. It
I
was
wanted
unrealistic.
a walkable street with tree lines. I
Right.
wanted it in this price range,
Right.
which is not normal for Burbank.
Right.
I said I wanted it. This was, I don't know if you remember the map I sent
Of
you.
course,
It was
yeah.
a color-coded map showing areas that I like versus areas I don't like.
Right.
And
And this was an area
this was
that
the
you wanted.
maximum
This
area.
was it. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was the only area I put like the top color on.
Right.
Every else had like, this is acceptable. That's
I forgot
acceptable.
It was color-coded.
This
I
is the
forgot.
best. It was my blue spot.
It was the blue spot, and it was the best. And
It
we got
is.
you here. Look at that. It's
I'm
amazing.
so pleased.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad you called, and so grateful that you trusted us, and it has just been my honor to get you here.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.